Hey there, friends. Welcome to session number 10 of the Epic Personal Trainer podcast, the show that helps new personal trainers plan, create, and grow an awesome business using the Epic Blueprint. I'm Mark, and today I wanted to give you my 2 cents about how you can go about landing on a great name for your personal training business. Now, when a lot of trainers start to name their business, one of the biggest mistakes they make is trying to be overly clever and original with their name. Trainers will come up with something that's a little bit abstract or something that requires some specialist knowledge or at least some kind of thinking to know what it's about. And I've fallen into this trap a few times myself. So the first time I tried to name my business, I called it 360 Fitness. And first off, that name has been used a million times before by other personal trainers around the world. Although I didn't realize it at the time, I didn't do any research or anything like that. It's a bit of a cliche, that 360 Fitness. And, I named it that because I wanted to appeal to everybody, which I also know is not really a great idea. Now I do know that when you try to appeal to everybody, you pretty much appeal to nobody. I think the next one I tried to name Zeal Fitness. In case you don't know, the definition of zeal is great energy or enthusiasm in pursuit of a cause or an objective, which, is a great name. The meaning behind it is also really good for, a fitness based business. There's just one problem with all that. Not many people knew what the word zeal means. I mean, did you know what it meant before like a minute ago? So the issue was people didn't know and they would need to look it up and try and figure out what it is to understand what my business does. Now, I heard this great story a couple of days ago about a guy and he invented this amazing bug spray. It was easy for him to make, it was non toxic, it smelled great. And more importantly, it got rid of every type of bug you could name. And he called it a universal bug spray. So it went into all the shops, and after a few months, pretty much nobody bought it. This amazing spray that nobody seemed to want. And after a while, he obviously realized that it wasn't working. So he took the same formula and just labeled a bunch of the bottles differently. So one batch was called fly spray, another batch was labeled cockroach spray, and another one mosquito spray. So you get the idea. But it was the same formula. Those bottles went to the shops, and after a few months, they were selling like crazy. So the idea behind it all is that people didn't buy a universal bug spray because they didn't have a bug issue. When people look at their problem, they were finding and thinking that they have a fly issue or a cockroach problem. So when it was labeled, when it was given the right name, it all clicked into place because people could connect their problem to the solution. People before weren't connecting cockroach problem to bug spray. They connect cockroach problem to cockroach spray. So by relabeling it and giving it its proper name, um, it became way more successful because people connect the dots. They can connect the problem to the solution. So that is the first tip for your business name. Have your business name let people know what you do. And here's the second tip. Make it unique. So take this podcast. It's the Epic Personal Trainer podcast. It helps you become an epic personal trainer. It tells people who it is for and what to expect. It doesn't really require any thinking for people to understand this. And, the less resistance you can create in that understanding, the better people will get it and be attracted to it. Now, keep in mind that being unique is also not the same as being original. There are a ton of personal trainer businesses out there that are named after the trainer. So that is not an original thing. But if I was to go down that route, my business would be called Mark Devaney Personal Training. Not original, but it is unique, especially since my name is spelled with a C and not a K, like most people that are called Mark. So everyone knows when they see this what the business would be about. It doesn't need any hard thinking or understanding to understand it. So be unique, be easy to understand, and try not to be overly clever or make people think too hard to get it. Now, next up is to choose a name where you're going to have all your locations available on the internet. Now, by that, what I mean is your URL is available. the web address that you might want to use. Say if you want to create a website, which you should, you want to make sure that the Facebook page is there, the Instagram page or the Twitter handles, all of those things are available for you to use. So ideally, you can be called the same thing wherever you set up shop. It makes things much easier to remember for people that might want to follow you or get in contact with you. If you have one name on one platform, two different names on two other platforms, there's no consistency. People are not going to remember all of that, and they're going to find it hard to find you once they know about you. So, don't be surprised. Been down this road before, that you spend so much time deciding on a name, and then when you go and do this research, that the URL is taken, the .com version is maybe taken, or the .in is taken. Maybe one or a couple of the social media handles are already taken. That does happen, okay? And it's happened to us at Invictus. We had this issue. The business or the gym name is Invictus Athletic Club, but we had issues with the URL. It was already taken. So we ended up taking clubinvictus.com and then using the same name for our Instagram account. So, what this has led to is some people still refer to us not as Invictus Athletic Club, but as Club Invictus. Now, if you've chosen a name and all the things we've talked about so far, all those boxes are ticked, the last thing you might want to think about is SEO. So if you didn't know already, SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization. So this is what helps you show up higher on search engines such as Google when people search for something related to you or your business. So when someone types in personal trainer near me into Google, you ideally want your website to show up on the first page. If they Google your name, then you want to be up on the first page if possible. So if you have the words personal trainer in your business name and your website URL and your Instagram page, then Google will connect the dots, and that will increase your chances of appearing. Now, keep in mind that there is a lot more to SEO and, how Google uses information to decide on where people appear in search results. But this is one of them, and it's one that you can do easily and for free. So even if your business name doesn't have great SEO, maybe your subtitle or your tagline, you can put some stuff in so that it has better detail related to what people might search for. That can make up for things just a little bit. All right, so that's it. I want to quickly just summarize. So first off, be unique, not necessarily original, but unique with your name. Make it easy to understand so people don't have to think too hard to know what you're about, what you provide, what you're selling, what your services are. Make it SEO friendly so the search engines can easily find you for the terms that people will use when they're trying to search for someone like you and the services you provide. So that's it from me today. Thanks again for everything, showing up and listening to little old me. I really do appreciate it. And I really hope that I'm helping you in some way and adding some kind of value to you and your business. Take it easy, and I'll see you in the next session. Now, if you're finding these sessions valuable, I would really appreciate it if you could share it with other trainers or team members, people that might find some value in this. Check out our website, www.epicpersonaltrainer.com. There's a ton of trainer resources that can help you out with all sorts of things, from client consultations to personal trainer agreements, and even a really cool Excel that you can download to write your programs on. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you soon.